White forest cake. This cake is an interpretation of the classic black forest cake, reimagined as a mousse cake. It features soft vanilla sponge, bright cherry jelly layers, and a light vanilla mousse. At the base there is a crunch layer for contrast, and the cake is finished with an elegant white chocolate decoration. As always, you will find the link to the full recipe in the description. I keep the website ad-free for your convenience. Your like, comment and subscription help more people to discover my content and motivate me to keep creating new recipes. Now let's prepare the cherry jelly. This recipe follows the same method as the jelly from my Black Forest Swiss roll. The link is on your screen now and in the description below. The key difference here is that I'm adding a rehydrated sweetened cherries. I soak them in a cherry wine to intensify the flavor and give the jelly a deeper, more complex cherry profile. You can substitute with the fresh or frozen cherries if you prefer. If you are using dry cherries, make sure that you are fully rehydrated before adding them. Otherwise, they will absorb moisture from the cherry puree and the final texture will be dense rather than clean and sliceable. For the base, this is a Swiss roll sponge. The link to that recipe is also on your screen now and in the description. Cut a 15 cm discs from the sponge. Pour the cherry jelly over the vanilla sponge layer and freeze completely before assembling. To intensify the cherry flavor, I'm going to add some kirsch. Add your cherries, sugar and pectin, mix together. After boiling for 1 minute, add the lemon juice. Then cool it down a little bit and pour on top of your vanilla sponge. Now let's prepare the vanilla mousse. This one is creme and glaze based and doesn't rely on the chocolate to set, which makes it very light and airy. It's also only lightly sweet, which works perfectly here, since the focus is on the cherry and vanilla. Make the gelatin mass first. Combine the gelatin powder with the cold water and set aside to bloom. Scrape the vanilla bean into the milk and cream in a small saucepan. The half of the bean is enough for 1 cake, or use the whole bean if you're making 2 cakes. Bring to a simmer and let it infuse for 5 to 10 minutes. Mix the egg yolks with the sugar until combined. While you're waiting for the vanilla infusion, you can semi-whip the cream and keep it in the fridge. Bring the vanilla infusion back to a simmer, temper the yolk mixture and return it to a saucepan and cook to 82 degrees Celsius or 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't remove the vanilla bean. Cooking it again will get even more flavor, and anyway we're going to strain the mixture. Add the gelatin mass. And strain through a fine sieve. Cool the base to 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit, then fold in the semi-whipped cream. Assemble cake using both insets. and freeze it for at least 7 hours or overnight. Now let's prepare the base for the cake. For this layer you will need baked short crust, crispy flakes, finely chopped candied cherries, white chocolate and neutral oil. Start by blitzing the short crust into the fine crumbs. Transfer it to a bowl and mix with the crispy flakes and finely chopped candied cherries. Next, melt the white chocolate. Once melted, stir in the neutral oil until the mixture is smooth and fluid. Pour the melted chocolate mixture over the dry ingredients and mix well, making sure everything is evenly coated. Spread the mixture into 18 cm tart tin and press it firmly into an even layer. Place it in the fridge and let it set until the base becomes firm. Fruit glaze recipe. This is one more glaze recipe that you can use. By the way, how many glaze recipes do you know or use regularly? Which one is your favorite? Let me know in comments. I prefer this fruit glaze when I don't want to add excessive sweetness to my cake and when I want cake to look more natural and of course to have a flavor. I will start by making a soaking syrup, also known as a simple syrup. There are two types of simple syrup and people often get them mixed up. The first is the classic 1-to-1 syrup, equal parts of sugar and water. This is a simple syrup most people use for soaking cakes. The second is known by the French term sirop à 30 degrés baume, a 30-degree bomb syrup. For the syrup, the ratio is 1 liter of water to 1,350 grams of sugar. Both syrups can be used for soaking cakes, but they give different results. And that is why a bakery chooses one over the other. A 1-to-1 syrup gives a lighter soak. It is useful when the cake already has a strong flavor or when you want a clean, subtle finish. A 30-degree bomb syrup gives a deeper soak. It carries flavor well, especially when infused with a vanilla, orange zest or cinnamon stick. It keeps the cake moist and adds richer mouthfeel. This is why many French bakeries use it for entremet, roulades and classic sponge bases. It keeps the cake moist and helps the flavor stand out more. Both syrups work. The choice depends on how much sweetness, flavor intensity and shelf life you want in the final product. For this glaze, I'm using a 30-degree bomb syrup. Combine in a small saucepan sugar and water. Bring it to a boil until the sugar dissolves completely. Meanwhile, prepare the gelatin mass. Combine gelatin powder and cold water and let it bloom for 5 minutes. Add kirsch, measure required syrup amount, add the gelatin mass and mix until fully dissolved. Add the puree, then blitz with a stick blender for 30 seconds. It's a very nice natural color. Use at 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit on a fully frozen cake. Unmold the cake. Transfer on prepared crunch base and defrost in the fridge for about 6 hours.